I'm Kai Wolf, a fursuit maker and artist from a continent in the middle of nowhere known as Australia. And I want to share something with you. I've always wanted to start a YouTube channel, and honestly, I started a few. Nothing major, just videos here and there until I got bored. I even started this YouTube channel about a year ago, just posting random fursuit making related content. But I realized there was a big difference between the content I was making and the content that I wanted to make. Don't get me wrong, I love making short form content, but I've always been wanting to do something more. I feel like with the content I have been making, there's always been some sort of a barrier separating myself and my audience. And that's not to say my videos haven't done relatively well, but I'd always envisioned creating some sort of a community. Being able to speak my mind and talk about different things in detail without being in the mindset where I have to try and think of a way to make a short form video as engaging as possible. And of course, I thought this could be better achieved through longer form YouTube videos, something I'd always thought of but never done. I'm realizing now that I'd been subconsciously afraid of doing something that I wasn't used to. I found it easy to have whatever tutorials I made read out with text-to-speech, even though I really would have loved to have my own voiceovers. I found it easy to describe personal things and processes and tutorials in objective actions rather than go into detail about my opinions and my experiences, even though I wished I could let more people know more about me and how I think. Of course, I'm not trying to criticize the way anyone goes about making content at all. In fact, this is completely valid. Just for me, I figured that I'd always wanted to do so much more that I knew I was holding back from what I wanted to do. I remember one of the first excuses I made to myself to not fully start a YouTube channel yet was that I was afraid that people that went to my high school would find me, and that once I graduated from high school, I'd be free to do whatever I wanted because it wouldn't matter so much. But after graduating, I still had that fear, not just of being misunderstood, but also of being acknowledged, of investing so much time into something and feeling embarrassed about it because I'm just not used to putting myself out there on a level that's personal or mentorial. And so I just kept putting it off, thinking I'd somehow find the confidence later. I'm in my second year of uni now, and all this time I've still been apprehensive, creating what-if thoughts that I've realized aren't true because they literally don't exist, come to think of it. I haven't had an opinion or an idea that nobody liked. I haven't had a close friend find out about my social media and react negatively. In fact, the people who did reacted positively. Most importantly, I haven't had the chance to try and make something that feels right and most fulfilling to me. I've spent so much time thinking about doing cool things that I haven't actually been doing them. And this goes for a lot of opportunities in my life. I even spent so long thinking about making fursuits without actually making them because for years I'd lost the confidence to. But I can't help but think that if I'd been making all that time, the fears that I had back then wouldn't have even ended up being an issue in the future. Even if you had a bad experience in achieving your goals, whatever they may be, one mistake or event doesn't define your future, or most importantly, who you are. But it's your qualities, how you react and grow and experience situations. If you see someone trying again at something, even if it didn't work out the first time, you see them as a person who kept going until they succeeded. Someone who's resilient and determined, not someone who'd been unsuccessful in doing something, even if they were. Anyway, I'll stop myself from going on a side rant. If I'm being honest, I still have a fair way to go in even taking my own advice. To realizing that there's no wasted potential in, as long as you aren't harming anyone, pursuing something that resonates with you. If I'm being honest, my confidence didn't even drastically change. I'm still nervous about posting this YouTube video, but honestly when I stopped overthinking it so much, I suddenly ended up here now, making this YouTube video, which is already a big step. I'm not just making this video for me, but also for any one of you who might be watching this video. Even if this doesn't resonate or you just wanted to stick around to hear me out, thank you. And if you're still here, I just want you to remember one thing when you leave. You miss every shot you don't take. So I'm gonna try my hand at making YouTube videos. I have a lot of ideas that have piled up over the years, from fursuit making content to content about the fandom to even philosophical talks. So if that's something that you might be interested in, consider subscribing. Bye for now, and I'll see you in the next one.